Should I start the stream? You starting the stream or me?
I
It's already started.
Okay.
The stream isn't working.
Oh wait. Nothing quite thingy. Sorry. Sorry.
Who are you? Really?
Really? I am just a figment of your imagination.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Deep State Annex. Sorry for that little bit of a technical issue. Order of cameras coming into the stream. Does everyone want to introduce themselves?
Hi, I'm Brainless, and as you saw at the beginning of the stream, I sometimes do honor that name. I accidentally clicked my mouse when it was hovering over something. Sorry.
And I'm Slim, the silly cyborg from the year 4020. So yes, well, thank you for all being here.
And Dr. Doofenshmirtz, this is my brother. He does a mean Doofenshmirtz and does D&D.
Hello, everybody. I want to say hi, everybody. It is I, Dr. Doofenshmirtz.
Nice.
Hello, Doctor.
Awesome. So we have...
Go ahead.
Finish.
Oh, I will pop in from time to time.
Cool.
You're gonna pop into Tim and Tim? Who's Tim and never mind.
From time to time.
I know. You'll find out really quick that I'm silly.
Yeah, and
that's why we're all here. And we have a very special Flat Earth derp, and by special, I mean he was held back many a grade and probably still didn't graduate. CC, Chris from Westchester County. There's a reward out if anyone can get pictures of the dumbass bumper stickers on his car. We don't want the license plate. We don't want to dox. We just want to laugh at the stupid bumper stickers.
Yes. Jeebus.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's 1:30, 24. Okay. There's a couple things I have a problem with. All right, and that is gravity, of course. Every flat earther has that problem.
Hey, D.
Now, my problem with gravity is if you ever been to the Dead Sea? See, I've never been out there.
So then why are
Flat
you going to talk
earthers
about
have
it?
a problem with gravity. Sorry.
Well, duh. But so what are you going to do again, CC? Talk about something you've never experienced, been around, or even looked into. But let's blow on with this idiocracy. I've already seen this video, so I kind of know where we're going. But
I'm sure somebody has been out there, and apparently you can just float out in the middle of the ocean out there.
Jesus
And
Christ.
just not move and just float. Now, where does the formula come to figure out the force of gravity in a pool of water, in an ocean of water of the Dead Sea?
Buoyancy.
You're not being
Buoyancy.
brought down. Or you're going to say that's salt. Salt will.
Buoyancy. It's
Salt.
called buoyancy.
Buoyancy.
Yeah. It's
And
the
what
buoyancy
do we
from
have in the equation? It has a G.
gravity. I was gonna do what's his name, but
That doesn't make any sense.
Gravity, you fucking retard, desert file.
yeah, it
Why
was.
would
Yes,
that
it
have
was.
any effect at all? Gravity doesn't is. Are you telling me gravity is very selective on what it's pulling down? Well, obviously it is, because we can go up to
No.
butterflies and insects.
No,
But-
certain things are denser.
No.
That's why flat earthers are all on the ground.
Yeah, it's like it's not just salt. Everybody in it keeps saying this in the side of chats. It's like a brine that is happening, right? So it is a mixture of multiple different things that are happening in it. Yes, and then also okay, yeah, but anyways, so yeah, it's a mixture of a handful of things that are happening inside of this body of water. And the placement, the heat, and a handful of other things are causing this to be a place where you're going to be more buoyant. Being a carbon being that we are, with as much oxygen and water inside of us, in the way that we are, we float more there. And then he says that we don't move, but we do move in there. It's not, you don't sit there and just stay still. You actually move around because it is it's like a lake or a
but still, like, so if I go into the swimming pool and like CC is there, is he defying gravity with his floaties?
his little arm
No.
floaties.
Yeah, like that's the fucking same thing. You just in that body of water, the water is denser, and if you go to a pool and you put on floaties, you make sure your total is less dense.
Yeah, but you know, want to know why CC floats, and no matter what a body of water he's in, it's because his head's fucking hollow and it's full of air, so he's gonna be buoyant no matter what.
Well, I would think that's the opposite because he's so dense. Sorry, Commander. Let's
It's all right.
continue watching.
It has more to do with the energy of God. Basically, you have fewer particles, like in the helium balloon, than you actually do in the air, and you have more energy pushing the. It actually pushes the balloon up.
Boy, 110-pound anvil on that pool of mercury, and it'll float like a piece of wood.
But that's different. That's not the same as what we're talking about. That's not like the Dead Sea curse.
It is. It's kind of the same thing in that mercury is denser than iron. Therefore, iron floats in mercury.
Sure.
Gold floats in mercury.
But I still think that he's misrepresent. He's kind of making it backwards almost. And anyways, just keep going.
We just don't trust anything he says.
Take place there. Now that doesn't make any sense. Does that compute? No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
What about the sun? On July 8th, 99% of Earth is illuminated with the sun.
Not at the same time, you motherfucker.
What?
Yeah, he's misrepresenting the what he read. He didn't. He read something and he thought That's what it meant. That's not what it meant. So, Commander, will you explain to us exactly what they were talking about the article
what
for
is he talking
for
about?
that?
I didn't look it up, but I believe that that was the day when the Earth got the most sunlight out of the northern
Glober-
hemisphere got the most sunlight out of the year.
Well, and then
Basically, GloberMom's talking about it.
GloberMom, the last post. So 99% of the Earth's population is what got all of the same amount of sunlight. So it wasn't 99% of the Earth, but it was when it was over the North Americas and the Europes on this side of the planet. 99% of the Earth's population was illuminated, and that's where he's getting it wrong. Like I said, he read something, but he didn't read it correctly.
Illuminated or enlightened?
Sunlit. Let's put it that way.
You know, you have most of the Earth's population living in the northern hemisphere. So
Exactly, and almost on one side, kind of, pretty much.
Well, there's like 2-3 billion people just in China and India.
Yeah.
If you add the rest of Europe to that.
See, that doesn't make any sense.
Because you didn't read it right, dumb cunt.
And how could it do it on the same exact date every year?
I don't think that's
For
a
all
thing.
time.
I don't think it happens every single day. I think it changes days.
The North Star never moves. Wake the fuck up. Please.
This was one of his more lackluster videos. It was stupid, but
Good morning,
lackluster.
good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. It's
Is this a new video?
24. Okay. There's a couple things I have a problem with. All right.
It never fits with the clock he's got behind him.
That's that problem. Now, my problem with gravity is if you ever been to the Dead Sea?
I think I loaded the wrong video.
Yeah, I was going to say this one looks like the same. Because the only reason I was going to say that was those onions looked exactly
Good morning,
the
good
same.
evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris, from New York, Westchester County. So 3:25:24. Beautiful day outside on this wonderful Friday. It's a think about it Friday. Today I'm going to give you a little something to think about, just in case if I'm unable to put a video out for this weekend. I want you to think about today about the. I didn't really want to get into this yet, but I might as well, because it's a great topic. It's something that you see every day. It's something that you could prove every day if you have the right equipment. And that would be the moon.
Which you don't.
And the sun and the stars. Okay, these are objects that you can see physically with your.
Yeah, so
Hey, Jinx.
how does that prove flat Earth?
And
Hi,
what we
Jinx.
can't-
How you doing?
Hey, Jinx, and what, we can't see the rest of anything else? What the fuck are you talking about, you psychopath? Why you're what? Yeah, we see things. Yeah, that makes sense, because that's how the fucking eyeballs work.
Yes, we see, CC.
Yeah.
Your own eyes. Okay. Now, I want you to think about something. Remember what was it, Nibiru? Remember back in the day, they claimed that there was a blacked out star that was traveling through our universe that are covering like planets and shit like that, or
It's not a black star. It was a black planet, right? It wasn't a planet X or something, and it was just something we couldn't see.
He's talking about Nibiru. Nibiru is made up shite.
Yeah, exactly. But yes, there was
Something
like planet X, and there was a planet that we couldn't see until something went in front of it and something happened in the thing. But that's not what
There was that interstellar asteroid that went by. I forget what its name is.
Okay.
Okie something or other.
that one day maybe we'll see it or something. Well, that was a cover-up. Okay. I think when that came out, and I forget how many years ago it was, but I think they were thinking that would be the powers to be or whoever is running this world. Rockefellers, pick your choice. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Pick a choice.
Yep. The conspiracy theories are thick with this one.
And yeah, and like, come on, Rockefellers, like, what they got to do with us, you know?
We were
sorry.
close. That we figured something out. You know, us, the people that are paid them to do whatever they do. But for an excuse, you know, to explain to us why there might be something behind the sun that's possibly projecting it. I'm getting ahead of myself.
Jesus Christ.
There's something behind the sun which is possibly projecting it.
Okay, just sorry.
You dumbass! That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Holy mother!
Let that just sink in.
But I thought that he thought that there's the firmament and everything's being projected from the inside to the firmament. So now there is a firmament with the sun being projected on it, and there's something behind it projecting it. Well, what's outside of the freaking... God damn it, son of a beasting. I can't always fucking... Oh, Jesus Christ. Keep track of all the idiocracy that these idiots
I want you to
fucking
think
come up
about...
with. Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
The placement of something. 2 spaces to the left, 1 space up.
What the
There's
fuck are you
something
talking about?
black that's possibly projecting the sun into us.
What the fuck is he talking about?
And what measurement do those places have?
This isn't fucking a chessboard or something, you weirdo. This isn't like moving spaces on a goddamn son of a bee sting.
He's stupid.
Yeah, and Jinx Yu, his wife, definitely did, and we have multiple occasions of her calling him a idiot, a dumbass, and that he needs to go have therapy. And he said that he tried.
And that she does not like him.
Yeah, no, I don't think they sleep in the same bedroom. I don't. I mean,
you're not watching Mama. You just make clear you're not watching the Mama.
I was a creator, and it was one of the most powerful things in the sky. I would never want the people who are contained have access to it because they could destroy it. And like,
how and where? You're telling me every Joe Blow in a trailer park is going to be able to destroy the firmament or the something that they're hiding up in the space atmosphere?
The sun projector.
If we knew where the projector was that was projecting all this, then we'd go there and explode it for no fucking reason. Because why the fuck does anybody care? Even if that was reality, like why are they still hiding it? That's what these idiots don't understand. And why are they hiding?
They're hiding it.
And
they're hiding it so that we won't believe in God. Because if there's a projector that projects the sun, that means that we're going to believe that there's a God because there's a projector. I know that makes absolutely no sense,
I forgot
but
about that.
that's CC.
No, and that's what all the religious people think is that if we somehow found out that there was the flat Earth with the firmament and a blah 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 yakety schmackety the other thing that this is to distract us from believing in God, because if we knew we were in a closed system, we would believe in God because it's like a atrium.
And then there would be world peace, because that's what the Flurfs were going on about. Even though we killed each other and had wars when humanity believed the Earth was flat.
Yeah, and God made the fucking
Yeah,
Tower
but God
of Babel.
doesn't want world peace.
Obviously, because that's why he made the Tower
I
of
do
Babel.
not come to bring peace on Earth. I bring a sword.
Obviously has shown time and time again we like destroying things and we're blowing shit up That's all. Yeah.
Oh, that's your God.
That's,
That, like,
we do.
And,
That's
and God doesn't, and God never wrote about destroying everything multiple times over
Yeah,
and over again. Noah's Ark.
God is the one
fucking
that likes destroying shit.
Sodom and Gomorrah. He killed all the firstborn in Egypt.
And
Let's see.
killed everybody but one family on the entire earth.
Well, that's what I said about
In
the
a
ark.
flood?
The Noah's
Once we
Ark
find
bullshit.
something, we
and-
want to see how to get out. And we'll shoot some missiles off for, I don't know, 5 years and find out that we live under a dome. But now we know exactly how far up it is because we've shot some rockets up there, the atomic bomb.
What?
Remember,
What?
Oh,
Wait, what?
Oh no, that's that project. What was it called again?
Christ.
A Project Fishbowl, and they think Starfish
Yes.
Prime. Starfish Prime.
Fishbowl or
Yeah,
something,
did
yeah.
we fucking launch crazy shit into the fucking atmosphere and other places and exploded things that we should not have done? Yes, but did that prove any of what he's saying? Fuck no. Obviously.
Yes.
And you look at all the other countries
you might
that
not be able
tried
to
it
see-
and they prove the same thing, that there isn't a physical dome up there.
any of that or find any more of it on YouTube because they're suppressing it. And they're hiding it from you because they don't want you to find any
Hey,
information.
Charles.
I couldn't even find any information about the
Hey,
infinite
Charles.
light. Yeah, that's right. I can't find any. You know what I did find out, though? That there is a band called Infinite Light. That's great. They're outside of Canada, I believe. It's just wonderful. So,
Okay, good.
And what the fuck does that have to do with anything?
There's a band called Everything. If
You
we
took
put-
those words straight out of my mouth.
If we took 2 to 3 words and put them together and we Googled it, is there a band called that? There's a motherfucking band most likely called that. Like, I didn't even realize this, but remember when we came up with vagina spiders or whatever from that?
Pussy mites.
stream? Yeah, Pussy Mites. There's actually a fucking band already called that. So it's like, God damn it, I can't even fucking make that band now because it's already a thing. But again, if you take 2 words and put them together, most likely there's a band already called that. Serially.
I'll get into the infinite light maybe in this video or another video another time. I'm not really quite sure, but
Yeah, I love how
this
you
is
just
quite possibly
directionalize what
where
you're actually
this
going to do.
object is that's projecting the sun. People have said that it might be outside of the dome. Okay, that could be very well possible. It would make sense. You know, anything that's in here.
But
We're gonna
wait,
end up
why is there outside the dome
Once we
if
find out.
God only made us to be in this terrarium? If it's space is supposedly fake, because we've heard CC fucking motherfucking say that shit a million times, or outside of the dome is technically there's nothing other than the God watching us or whatever. So now he's saying,
Some
they're
people
made-
think it's an infinite sea, which somehow, in addition to the
Yeah, that's
dome,
right.
no
Yeah.
material known to humanity could support its own weight if made into a dome. And on
Yes,
top of
and-
that, we're going to have an infinite ocean.
And then what we're on top of, what is it? It's 4 elephants, and then they're standing on the back of a sea turtle. Isn't that the whole thing?
Yeah, 4 elephants on the back of a turtle.
The giant
It's a sea
turtle, yes.
Yeah, exactly. So that makes even more sense than
What exactly
science.
where it is and how to get to it. You know, I know we've reached the barrier down in Antarctica. I know Thomasburg. I know for the 30 years that they were down there, they finally breached the wall. I don't know what they've done with it. I'm sure they've tried to cut into it. God knows, it probably heals itself. I don't know what the fuck it's made of.
What? Citation needed, motherfucker.
What dumb shit you babbling fool.
As the penguin in the power armor who guards the non-existent ice wall,
Mhm.
I have to say that our perimeter has never been breached by the likes of these retards. Pardon me for using that language. Excuse me. Willfully stupid assholes.
There we blow. And yes, Charles, exactly. It cleans itself as well. It never gets dirty for no reason.
No idea. No, none of us do. Because we can't get down there. We're not allowed to go down there.
That's
Don't
not
you
true.
understand that? It's been militarized. That is the way you lock everything up. And that is the way you hide everything. Is you militarize everything. That's the sky. That's the fucking ice wall. That's the whole area down there, Antarctica. Lock it off. The North Pole.
You know that you
Oh.
literally can go to a lot, like almost every place. There is a handful of places like government facilities and blah, 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 and certain islands because there are tribal people there. But literally, you can go almost anywhere you want if you have enough money. So, CC, why don't you fucking take $10,000 and go spend that to go to Antarctica? Because that literally, I think, is how much at the base price. You literally don't get to go anywhere. And you fly into that little resort town and you get to stay there for like 2 weeks and you don't get to leave. So it's $10,000 to $30,000 to go and explore Antarctica. So if you really want to go do that, fucking go do it, you dumb cunt, literally. And yeah.
And we are militarizing.
Yes.
We are building it.
And there are so many ways that you can actually get close to and around it. If you want to go like ice crab fishing or whatever the freak that's called, you can go there too. There are ways to get there and to be around it. Nobody tells you no. The only reason they don't want you to go there is they don't want to try to clean up your body afterwards. And because that's expensive to go and get you after, and they don't want you mining or doing anything illegal that the treaty actually is for, which is taking resources from there.
So basically, literally, you're subject to the laws of the country of the expedition that you attended with and the laws of the country of your native birth. You're supposed to cooperate. There's no dumping of shit, no military equipment unless it's for peaceful purposes.
Yeah.
No nuclear, no mining, no commercial activity of any kind. All the information gathered in Antarctica is to be shared.
Yep. And that makes it even funnier. If this was this secret operation, why would they put that in there that you need to share all the information with the rest of the countries? They don't read these things. They're not well, we obviously know Cece's not smart. But anyways.
They're really dumb.
Lock it off so we don't find the Black Mountain. It's all locked off.
Oh,
We're like
Jesus.
children in here. You don't you understand that? You have to understand that. Once that's proven that there's something behind the fucking sun that's projecting it, and it's not this Nibiru or Nibiru or whatever the fuck they made up, some stupid fucking name. Once we prove that, that's it. It's done. It's finished. That is something anybody can see. You just need the right filtration system for it. And once you get that on your equipment, then you'll be able to see it.
Then
Okay?
show us, CC. Then fucking do it.
At least,
Then do
at
it.
least he knows Nibiru is fake.
But then do it, motherfucker.
I am surprised.
Yeah,
Me too.
that's why I
But
mentioned it.
But once again, if you say that you can prove these things, if you do certain things, why are you not doing that, CC, instead of sitting in your motherfucking car, actually sitting in the van that you use to drive around people that I believe need
boss's
care?
It's his boss's car.
Yeah, no, it's his work van or whatever. Why are you not actually going out there and proving it? Why does
Because he's a
everybody call you an
lazy
idiot?
dumb cunt.
No, and all he is a theologist. He just is thinks of things, and then that's as far as he can go because he doesn't.
Because I know
Go ahead though.
they tried to hide it. I know they tried to cover it up by coming up with that bullshit of the black sun. There's no black sun up
hole
there.
sun, won't you come?
Wow. He knows there's no black sun. Maybe he should realize that there's no fucking flat Earth either.
Maybe.
And once again, he always say that it was like a being projected into the thing, just like what's the thing we used to go to see all the stars and the planets in
Movie
the
theater, planetarium.
A planetarium, just like they say in South Park, a planetarium. But that's what he used to always say that it was. Now you're saying there's something behind it, projecting something into it. Make up your mind, motherfucker. Which is it?
Okay. All right. Now I want you to think about the movement. Okay. When you're driving in the car on the highway, all right, what moves? The sun does, follows you. Same with the moon.
It doesn't. No.
It follows you too.
No, you move. The Earth rotates. No.
And not just that, but it appears to, because it's the largest thing in the sky.
Because it's so far away.
Well, yeah, but it's so far away, and it's so large, the image in the sky that it seems like you're being followed. But if you're not going towards it to follow it, then it seems that way as well. Navigators back in the day used to follow that and certain other things in the sky. So it didn't look like they were being followed because they were following. But if you're doing whatever you are, it seems like it's always above your fucking shoulder or whatever, or, behind you, or, watching you. That's where the whole man on the moon was part of the whole man on the moon thing came from, is people thought that there was, the moon was watching them with the face that was there. And there's a couple other things to that. But anyways.
But the stars at night, they don't. They're fixed. They stay there.
So far away.
No, they rotate.
They don't move at all.
Yeah, they
the only thing that does move is a reflection. The sun is a reflection, and the moon is a reflection. That's why it moves.
And a reflection also moves if the object moves.
But then why? But then why do the?
Now it's a reflection instead of a projection.
That's what I'm saying. He
can't make up his fucking mind.
No, he can't keep one fucking.
It ends with action, so for him it sounds the same.
Yeah.
All right. Stars aren't tangible objects either. They're just light. There's just an amazing light show up in the sky. But my point is, that's why those move. Suns are probably projections too. I don't know, but they don't seem to move at night.
But why do they follow your punk ass and not anybody else? Why if it was a projection, why would it follow you? It doesn't make any sense. That the personal sun and the personal moon thing, that's kind of what he's saying. That I don't remember who it was. They were like, everybody has their own sun and their own moon, and that's why it follows them, because they're so dumb they didn't understand the concept of fucking like.
Hey, Mr. B.
Let's ask ourselves, how self-absorbed does one have to be to think that everyone is so important that they have their own goddamn sun and their own goddamn moon?
Exactly. It's redonkulous. And there's no way any of that works. And he just contradicted himself like 69 times.
Giggity.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good way to put it.
Move with you, and that's easy to prove. All right?
Prove it then, bitch.
To think about on a Friday. This is what New York's turned to now, just to get off, the sun and the moon and the stars and everything like that. To just get a little humor here of what's been going on here in New York for the last couple of years now, ever since this bumbling idiot took the presidency. And
wait, what's this? When Trump was president? Is it this old?
No, this is new. He thinks that Biden is a bumbling idiot. And this is actually going to be a segue for a little project that I worked on. I want to know what you guys think.
All right.
Welcome to another.
No, I'm looking for that.
This is the Deep State Annex, and here is the news. We are reporting that Trump and his sycophants are having a giant temper tantrum after the 2024 State of the Union address when they realized that Joe Biden is not Mr. Magoo.
But now, assistance to Ukraine is being blocked by those who want to walk away from our world leadership. Wasn't long ago when a Republican president named Ronald Reagan thundered, "Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this wall."
Trump and his sycophants responded to reality by unleashing a full load into their diapers, as well as an enormous amount of copium.
President voiced some pretty words.
The president's gaslighting the American people.
The darkest, most un-American speech ever given by an American president.
He was radical and extreme.
Maybe charitably over-caffeinated.
Tonight, Joe Biden reminded me like an angry old man standing on his porch screaming to the kids, "Get off my lawn."
I think we lost enough viewers with that. Get an idea of probably not.
Why would we lose people with that?
No, that was amazing.
That was awesome.
I'd like to ask what you guys thought of it, because it's
great.
about 5 minutes long. Now we gotta go back to
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris.
Are we doing a new
New
one?
York, Westchester.
no, we gotta do the 7 minutes,
Sort of
40
reflection.
seconds.
And why aren't they landing on Apollo 11? Wouldn't you think everybody
No,
from
this
America
was a new
would
one.
be excited about Apollo
Good
11?
morning, good evening, good afternoon.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris. From New York, Westchester.
Here it is.
So 325-24. The humor here of what's been going on here in New York for the last, I don't know, couple of years now. Ever since this bumbling idiot took the presidency, and
Trump's a bumbling idiot.
if you combine the votes of Trump and Biden, it's more than the population of the U.S.
No, not by a long shot.
No. Jesus
No.
Christ.
Not everybody votes.
And that was not how many votes were there. It literally counted up, except for the couple of thousands of Republicans that double, triple, and did other things to vote. They just arrested some dude for voting 9 times who was a Republican for Trump. So, yeah.
So 333 million. Biden got about 83 million. Trump got about 74 million, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
That doesn't even approach.
Yeah, we still got another.
And that's as the 2020 census.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't you see that? People don't even fucking see that. That's unbelievable. How fucking stupid people are. You know what? Forget them. Let them bumble about and try to figure things out while we are figuring things out the right way and proving that every fucking thing out there is a goddamn lie. Everything. It's all bullshit. All of this crap that's going on is not. If you were on a fucking island somewhere, you wouldn't know what the hell is going on, and you.
He doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
And he thinks by sitting in his car making this video is changing the world? No, you're not, dude. You're not doing anything for reality society or anything like that. You're sitting around just bumbling into the camera. You're the bumbler, not the rest of us. Because we actually will look up things, go into society and go talk to people and go figure things out for ourselves. Look into the math, the science, the physics, and see, does this seem like it's kind of right or not? And who should I ask? And talk to somebody who's actually a real expert, who's been doing this for 30 years, whatever.
He doesn't even know who the fuck the governor of New York is, as we're going to find out.
Yeah, exactly. He's
wouldn't
go ahead.
Air But now you're in the middle of a city, you're living all of it. You're in fear. You're scared of everything. You're scared of a fucking meteor coming down and killing everybody, or knock us and tilt it. Instead of 23 degrees, our access goes to 25 degrees. And oh my God, we're going to go into an ice age. Holy shit.
It's not
our access does not change that radically.
And not just that. It's not the people in the city in New York that are freaking out about that. It's your dumb cunt ass that lives in the backwoods of fucking nowhere, Westchester, New York, which is not in the city. He's in the middle, like it's outside of it. You people are the ones that are freaking out about the apocalypse and making underground bunkers and buying the Alex Jones fucking buckets of fucking protein and stuff, so in case the goddamn government tries to hold you down or the zombies come, you are the idiots that are running around freaking out. Not the rest of us. Most of us aren't even think about this.
Most of us don't really give a shit about any of this stuff.
All of it. All of it. It's there to scare you, to keep you frightened, to give you bad vibes. Because
That's what you do.
Okay?
But this is what he needs to tell himself to not be scared.
No.
I know.
That's why they pump them up with every freaking thing they could possibly ever imagine. Make it look good. Get a couple of doctors, say it's great, pump them up. It's remarkable. Let's get back to New York. Let's also talk about the city, too. Well, the new thing in the city is, I find this humorous. Oh, too bad for the people who own the Rolexes. So what the kids are doing now, a new thing. It's nice. They're on their mopeds, riding around on sidewalks or wherever, and they spot a guy with a Rolex, and they go up to him, go, Rolex, 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 give me the Rolex, or whatever the hell they say. And so they relinquish their Rolex.
That's not fucking new. What are you talking about? Literally, people have been getting jacked for their fucking expensive jewelry for gazillions of years, and this is not a new prevalent thing. Citation needed, motherfucker. That it's a new thing.
Crime in New York City is rather low.
Yeah.
When you consider the numbers of people who are victims of violent crime and the population. Oh, and also, relative to 20 or 30 years ago, it's super low.
To the guy on the moped. That's great. That's a cash and grab, I think. That's good. Good job, guys. Nice one. They're now throwing fist punches at girls down in the city. That's
yeah, the knockout.
You
thing
mean
is fucking
people
weird.
been punching each other for ever?
There is a new TikTok trend about the knockout challenge, and it's men not trying to knock out women or hitting. That's only because of the TikTok challenge. That's not because violent crime is going up or down or they're doing anything. It's just another TikTok challenge that is happening, and it's just a stupid thing. Like the Tide Pod challenge or the fucking ice bucket or whatever. So yes, there is a weird uptick in something kind of happening, but it's not because of them mugging or trying to take anything or do anything. They're just trying to fucking get clout on the fucking interwebs. And it's probably going to go away very soon because most of these people go to jail like immediately.
There you go.
If you're posting your crimes,
getting your Rolex stolen and
so.
getting punched in the head. Welcome to New York City. Come on, all are welcome. It's a beautiful city.
I think he's just rambling on, and we're not going to get to the part where he blames Cuomo, who has been out of power since before the pandemic.
Yeah, exactly.
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, wherever you may be. CC here, Chris from New York, Westchester County. It's 2:23:24.
Yeah, that was something different, Mama.
It is a Friday. I'd like to give you a little video called Think About It Friday, just in case if I'm unable to put a video out over the weekend. And I hope you enjoyed my day at the zoo last weekend. That was pretty.
What, did you claim
Did
all
you
the
go
fucking
and
animals were
visit
fake?
your hairy mama?
Yeah, and I bet he claimed all the animals were fucking fake, just like Hans Wormhat.
Nice. Pretty much I got the same reaction as from the animals that I get from people about flat Earth.
They ran from you?
They just ignore it. They don't want to know about it. It's too much to handle, even though it's so easy.
Okay. Sorry. But
what do you think?
If you're at the point where you're trying to explain flat Earth to animals, and you think, oh yeah, it's too much for them because they're ignoring me. Sorry, thank you. Like, I didn't know that level of stupid existed.
The animals are probably looking at him like saying, I don't care what this fool says. I mean, I have an IQ in the double digits, the animals say, but this guy is beneath me, the animals say.
Yeah, and
holy
why are they gonna pay attention to a beta male? Like they're like, yeah, no, screw you.
But I want you to think about something. They have some more bullshit. Oh, NASA has some more bullshit for us. Where have we gotten the video yet? I don't think we've gotten the videotape footage yet of our last landing on the moon. I wanted to take this opportunity to thank NASA. Okay, thank you, NASA, for providing us with more bullshit, so we have something to work with.
Thank you, CC, for providing us with this bullshit so that we can make fun of you.
Yeah, so we get something to laugh about.
I can't wait to see the pictures. They must be airbrushing the shit out of them as we speak right now. But I look at NASA and I say, NASA, shouldn't you have these pictures ready for us? Like now? Or yesterday? Didn't it land yesterday at around 6 p.m.? But no, they don't have it. They're putting it together as we speak right now. Or maybe they've released them. I don't know. I haven't checked Science Times or whatever the hell it's called, to see what pathetic.
That proves that it's not fake. They can't immediately just put out stuff. They have to have it go through the editing department. They have to go through and look at it. There has to be people that are like adjusting some of the images.
And see if there's nothing confidential.
Sure, but once again, what we've said in the past a gazillion and a half times,
where are you?
You don't throw out RAW images. You don't throw out raw footage. You process it a little bit, do a little bit of editing, just have a couple people look over it first. Like, it's not an immediate thing unless it's just put out there live. And even there is a 12-second delay or some just second delay just to make sure. So yeah, it's not an immediate thing, cunt. And then he's like, well, why didn't they have it out immediately, even though I know everything's edited? Well, Jesus Christ, you fucking dumbass.
Yeah, you really don't. Even I put this through the compositor.
Yeah.
That's not the right video, but
it's same difference though. But like you literally just do not, like, especially if you're a large corporation or a government,
or
you don't throw raw footage out there without doing some type of editing, color contrasting,
color balance, and
exactly. Like I said, when we used to work in all of the news and the film and all the other things, we never let something raw go out anywhere. You have to literally freaking go put it through processing just to make it so that you know that it's a little bit crisper, that the shadows are proper, or that it's white balanced properly and shit like that.
Looks so fucking awesome, dude. Oh my fucking god. And then it's DC again. You bastard, you tricked me.
They're going to feed us now. I hope it's a picture of the rocket too. Let me ask you a question. Who took that picture? Yeah, that's right. Because we're so used to this bullshit. We don't understand edits and cuts because we have been giving it to us through the movies. You see, you have to understand this. You know, when they
there are some of us.
I actually
there
think
are some of us that fucking actually work in editing video
yeah, but
and
I
photos
actually
and stuff.
think people these days are more aware of it because almost everybody does it.
That's what I'm saying.
There are people on TikTok making videos showing everybody how to make a transition, how to do that shit.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
And how to use FXS or XZ,
Hello,
whatever
Real.
it is. And hey, Real.
Hello.
But yeah, we already know. We know how to do this. The reason why we know that CC doesn't know how to use any of that stuff is because of the fucking way he shoots these fucking videos. He does not do any editing. He does not know how to do cuts. He doesn't know how to like.
But one thing I gotta say about this video, at least he's not filming in flirt mode.
Well, we yelled at him enough times. He figured that out, that he got to turn the camera.
Sorry.
Cut is when they stop. And they go into a different frame. And they show a different position of the rocket. And they show a different position of the spaceonaut. I'm going to call them spaceonauts now.
That's because
they
there are multiple
that's a cut.
Cameras.
Okay? And especially when they have the rocket on the ground. You see one side of it, okay? Then when it goes on the other side, that's a cut, okay?
You were saying?
Yes, because there's multiple fucking cameras. And the thing that they're doing, if there are not people that are local that are doing it, there are people on the earth and they are managing those cameras. They semi have control of it. And the other thing that he is not realizing is if there are 6 to 8 cameras there, they're always recording, right? Then once we get that, they get the footage back, then they decide how they're going to cut up that footage to show it to us so that it's comprehensive to our brains, looking at it like it's a movie,
and even,
right?
Yeah, and like it's got to be palatable, and like
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Totally. Thank you for saying that way, Brandon. They have to make it so our brains can see it right.
Yeah, and even if it's a live stream, then there's multiple cameras running, and they'll switch between cameras.
When you
there is a
rocket land some.
Keep going.
Sorry about that.
No. We know.
And you have videotape footage of that rocket landing. Someone has to be there.
No.
Not if the camera is mounted on the thing.
There's remote cameras, even from Earth to space. You can have remote control to the cameras and how they maneuver. Most of the cameras,
the landing of that craft was filmed from craft itself. You did not have a side view of that thing, and even if they did, like you can do that with one of those.
They have an arm.
360 cameras.
Well,
with this 360, yeah.
There could, if once it was the lander after the blah blah blah, it can have an arm that could be like 4 feet out, looking. There are ways to easily do this bullshit.
You got those wide angle lens cameras on a stick where it's focused so that stick is not in view. You cannot see that.
Yeah, and it's looking back at the thingy mabobber.
That's the only point it doesn't see.
And I don't do we even know if they were able to move them at all? They may have had
them. It's just a camera outside of it. I'm just looking at it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, but like.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
We're throwing out some shit that you can't debunk.
You don't need a person there clicking camera settings.
Yes. How did they get there? How did they? Oh, they launched a probe, perfectly positioned it, exactly in the same where the rocket's going to land. That must be it.
No, you're so dumb. You don't know how fucking videography and photography is shot. You're the idiot, not the rest of us. I worked on fucking films and photography most of my life.
They have cameras mounted to the outside of the vehicle.
Exactly. And like Brandon was saying, if they have a wide angle lens and they put it in the proper place, it's going to show things that make us see a little bit more of the things. They want a video of the yeah, exactly. They want to have us showing 3 GoPros on each other so that we can show the GoPro that's taking the footage, then the other one taking the footage of the first GoPro, and then the third one taking the footage of the other 2 Jesus Christ.
And then you always need another goddamn camera.
I can't wait to see the pictures.
And the pictures were amazing. Is
I-
that the one?
you know, like,
is that the one where it
it's
fell
gonna
on
be
its
whatever-
side?
Yeah.
No, that was the. Was
so.
it that the one that fell on its side, and then we had the
think that's
video
what
of
he's
it on
talking
its
about.
side for the. Okay, yeah, that's what's even funnier. If it was fucking real, I mean, sorry, it was fucking fake. Just like videography goes and film goes, you never make it do anything wrong, right? You always put out the best version of the stuff and things. So if it was fucking fake, why would it have fallen over and we saw all the other shit that went wrong with that thing?
The hell it is, like a tin arm coming out, and just right in front of the camera, like I do with the ISS. I love those pictures. They're great. Or that live feed. It's always nice. I always like seeing the reflections too. Yeah, that's right. Of the astronauts, spaceonauts, they don't look like there's somebody there filming them, like with a weird hat on, like we've.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, yes.
What?
That's because the camera is mounted on a wall or something like that.
He's
Or
just
it's one of the
pulling
other
stuff. He's pulling stuff out of his ass. Haven't you ever noticed the way CC talks? It's one bollocks topic, and then he moves on to something either somewhat related or completely unrelated whatsoever. Like he has the attention deficit disorder on steroids.
Seen in so many of the videos, especially from the ISS. There was one of them that was really creepy. It was almost like, I don't know, it looked just freaky. There was some dark hat that was there and some other satanic bullshit that you could see the reflection of.
Of course it was said satanic.
But you know that he's never. You know that he's never watching the actual live feeds. He's only watching content creators that have cut these up and told him what to think about these things. Because if you watch just the live feeds, you're never going to see any of that stuff. You know he doesn't. Watch
They
the live
basically
feeds.
sit there and they go through the video of the live feeds looking for the compression artifacts from hell.
Yeah, exactly.
Back a few years.
Yeah.
Some people have gotten great footage. So when a picture's taken of a rocket on the surface of Nevada or Arizona, we're not really sure where they're taking, or maybe this might be a Hollywood studio or a hangar.
They do it
Probably
there. Isn't it normally Florida where they launch most of that stuff? Do they?
Well, Cape Canaveral is where they launch most of it. And he's talking about where they're filming the moon. And he thinks they're filming it in the desert Southwest.
Is my guess. But let's just pretend and say that it's on a celestial object up there, okay? The picture has to be taken from somebody. Somebody has to take that picture.
No.
But the astronauts are in the rocket.
Never heard of any robots or whatever?
Yeah, you literally can put things on timers as well. That's the other thing I forgot to say. So there are certain times where they are like, once this thing gets into a certain orbit or gets to a certain place, then they have a timer on it, or somebody can, I don't know exactly, but then they can click it, and then like every 60 seconds or something, there'll be a photo taken, and it does so many photos. So literally, again, it's something that can be done either by somebody remotely, or once the computer tells this thing that they're this far away from the moon or an asteroid or the ISS or something, then it will start taking photos.
I think CC is just getting old and repetitive.
Yeah, no, I know.
Why don't we try to? Let me see if I can find
God.
some derp here.
Okay, all right.
Let's see.
Yeah. Dude, Caleb is going on some crazy shit lately. If you've not seen Simon Dan going over Caleb, everybody go and watch that shite because wait, is Orphan Red back? No way.
Wait,
Is
what?
she back doing crap? I mean, I remember she did stuff like that, but is she doing stuff again? I did kind of like her OnlyFans. Anyways, let's go.
Someone once asked me.
That's an old one. I'm just looking for.
Commander is looking through the archives.
Okay.
Sadly, Commander doesn't have the cool sound effects that Mango has when Mango is looking for stuff.
All right, so here we blow. Here we blow with this.
Where's the edge?
In my pants. Oh, never mind.
I'll show you
Who's
an
to
edge.
say that there is an edge, and why assume there is one? Is it because when we are introduced to the idea of a flat Earth, it's always depicted like this?
Is it?
Because if it's flat, it has to have an edge.
In the currently most accepted model, Antarctica is not a continent, but a 360-degree landmass made up of ice that holds the oceans within. When we look at a
there is still an edge.
1890
And there is still an edge.
Yeah, but don't talk about the land masses outside of the edge of that.
Guys, I think what would you like to, is this okay, or
Let's go over this
this has been the this has been not our best ever from the
92 that states at the
No, but
top
let's go over this a
that
little
it's
bit more.
scientifically and practically correct as is.
And what does that prove about the fucking
We see
flat
this
Earth, you fucking
Antarctic ice
weirdo?
The Gleason's map is
let's
basically
zoom
an
out.
equidistant projection, which can be traced back to the year 1000.
Citation needed on that motherfucker, but okay, sure.
But don't you see where the fucking Mount Meru should be?
Yeah.
There's nothing there.
The AE map is also an official map of the United States Geological Survey, the USGS, and the official logo for the United Nations.
How else were they going to
The
show the
oldest
whole
known
world,
globe
you
in the world
weirdo?
is from 1492.
I'm pretty sure there's an older globe. Let me look this up. I should preview this stuff and have like little fun stuff ready.
And the thing about that is,
Oldest
just
globe
because
in the
there was a round version of this at some point doesn't mean it was correct and doesn't mean anything. Going to ancient times to talk about anything is not proof of anything, because now we have like current times. And if there was already things that proved it in the past, why would we now pretend that it's not happening? It's really silly. Like I'm obviously, we said the point of them faking it is for us to not believe in God anymore, so we can get away from God. So blah. But it's the idiocracy that's so silly about this.
Yeah.
This is something you need to keep in mind because many people argue that the azimuthal equidistant map is just a flattened out version of the globe, when in fact the globe is just a rounded version of this true world flat map.
No, that would never work.
But
because then you'll lose so much land.
Well,
Orange,
the globe,
orange peel.
Go ahead.
Just try to unwrap an orange peel.
Yeah,
if this was the thing, then there would be so much more Earth, or dry land comparatively, and you'd be able to easily debunk this there was a couple flat earthers like a while ago. It was like years ago that tried to drive across the country to show that the Earth was 2 times larger or some weird shit, or that it didn't like add up the maths for mileage, and they couldn't disprove it. So by you stretching it out, it would make everything seem to be twice as large, but then you wouldn't have to drive as far.
Well, if you get close to the North Pole, it would be pretty accurate. And the part of south you go, I think the south of South Africa is even like is much bigger than twice its size.
Yeah, and if you were in the Americas and you were on tour, dude, it would be so much fucking easier if the Earth was flat compared to in that model, the thing they have as a map, because I would only have to drive a half of the distance. And let me tell you, driving from the top of Colorado to the bottom of Colorado and then through Texas, it's fucking huge. So it's huge. So to me, this really, and everybody who drives, like Commander knows, fucking Al knows, like there's no place where it's like smaller than it says on the global positioning systems we have.
The map, the distances you travel are what the GPS says, and the maps, your local map, the maps basically are labeled for what the distances of the roads are. It
matches.
However, then that should tell you a little bit about how this globe deception was achieved. Now, back to if there is an edge or not. There is
no, there isn't an edge. I was going through the some of our old videos to see where we left off. I think we were at like 35 minutes with this one.
Edging's the thing, but not the edge of the Earth. Anyways.
They may either shock us with a fake alien invasion or a disclosure of the beings that have always been among us, passed off as life from distant galaxies. Who knows? Another reason to turn the Earth into a ball is to hide extra land.
I knew they were going. I knew we were going there. I knew it.
Yeah, this is where we left off from one of the other videos.
Okay, all right.
This is a vast plain, and there are places past Antarctica with more oceans and more land masses. Then an easy way to get rid of them is to wrap our part of this plain around a ball and make it seem as if there is nothing else and everything has already been discovered. The globe is full-fledged slavery for the inquiring mind.
Except for anybody who has, and if anybody has a pilot's license, private pilot's license, and or other things, eventually somebody's going to try to keep flying a certain way. How would we not have figured this out by now, you dumb cunts? Literally, like, every airplane or everything gets shot down by the galactic penguins every time they try to go past that. You know what I'm saying? Like, enough people at this point in time, with all the technology we have, would have figured out there are lands past the other lands. We've almost.
I mean, look at all the money that would be involved. I mean, you couldn't keep. The governments of the world would be fighting each other over all those resources.
Exactly. China and Russia would try to beat the crap out of us to go and take all that over. So we'd have World War 27 by this time, if that was really a thing and they were trying to hide it, but we'd find out about it. Like, literally, like, there's no way that these large governments would be okay with us hiding this bullshit.
Explore, like the Great Magellan. Oh, you're too late. There's really nothing left to explore.
That's not how the world works either. Nobody has ever told anybody that. In this world, we've been told Just keep going. Yeah, I got.
It means that the origin of man is deliberately being covered up from us. Man, woman, child, you are being deceived on a massive scale. Flat Earth, enclosed flat Earth, expansive plane flat Earth, or even infinite plane flat Earth with an infinite ceiling barrier, or possibly another plane of existence above us and below.
Pulling it out of the ass.
You literally just pulled 4 things that could be that don't make any sense anyways out of it. And yes, Charles, yeah, that's the other weird thing is supposedly there's a firmament over us, but then there's extra lands, but then blah 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 and yakety. It's silly. None of it makes any sense, and they can't even agree on a flat Earth freaking model.
Us. It means that this place was created, that you were designed,
dick.
You were crafted, you are special and with purpose. A purpose being hidden from you on purpose.
Why would that be a thing?
We
Why
are
would that be a
supposed to
thing?
know our world and our reason for being. We've been swallowed whole by this economic fiat money system that controls absolutely everything and fuels this manufactured reality. Most of us know that we are slaves, and it's no wonder we desire to escape through movies, TV shows.
Yeah, the Matrix. I think we've been at it almost an hour 15 minutes. Are you guys still game?
Let's go a little bit more for sure. Yeah, and we do know we're corporate sluts and whores for corporatization, but that doesn't mean that the governments are hiding lands and resources outside of other lands that we don't know about. Are they doing that under our noses? Fuck yeah. So why do they need to even have these extra things? And then once again, what is the purpose of them hiding all this bullshit when they could have us being slaves going to those other places to take those resources to use them for the governments? There's no reason to hide them. And like the the giants in the inner lands of the Antarcticas, the other things of the other things that are hiding, that are waiting for something, like why
And
is this
video
all
games.
happening? Go ahead.
They have no good answer.
To also further our programming and mental conditioning. We were never meant to live like this, and knowledge of our flat Earth is a step in the right direction. It's something that can't be taken from us. It's the fuel that we need to let these bastards know that we won't go down in ignorance. We will not willingly.
Just think about that for a second. Their flat Earth knowledge is the fuel to let the bastards know that we won't go down in our ignorance.
But what is your idiot ass doing this little video doing to actually change anything? If the corporations and the Illuminati or the underground peoples of the stuffs and things are doing this, you're not literally doing anything to make that change. And there doesn't need to be that, because once again, there's not all this underground weird crazy satanic stuff that they think is going on that's happening.
No, we're not. Yeah.
Accept their one world authority that wants to rule over all mind and all matter.
There is not
one that world of ours and free your.
There is one that wants to, and that's Donald.
Yeah, but there's not.
Yeah.
China and Russia and a handful of other places. Is it North Korea, I think, and us. We do not want to get along, and we're not technically getting along, even though we're pretending. If any of these people knew any of these things, we would have already given up, because you know how much money you could make proving these things or using these things. I mean, it's hilarious.
I mean, Russia and China use these conspiracy theories to undermine people's faith in institutions and their government.
Yeah.
So
they
if there is anything to be gained, it's making up bullshit to divide people, not like.
Yeah.
Finish what you're gonna say.
Exactly, man. That's exactly what's happening. Is there's the Russian bots and the Chinese bots that are coming over here that are giving us misinformation that are dividing all of us, and that's what's going on with flat Earth, vaccine conspiracies, and all the other weird things. Just like with the whole thing about the eclipse that's happening on Monday. There is the conspiracy theory that Satanists are going to start murdering lots and lots of people during it to start the apocalypse. Because NASA is going to be shooting 3 different rockets or different devices into the atmosphere to check out electrical pulses and radiation and a handful of other things during the eclipse, and they're called things that are a Greek or Roman or something mythology. Everybody thinks that they're going to do that to start the Revelations apocalypse as well. And so there's so much conspiracy theories that are coming out with the fucking.
Do you remember the test of the cell phone's emergency alert system?
Yeah, I remember.
Where they were saying that the government was going to initiate a zombie apocalypse.
Yeah,
where we were all
going to
become fucking zombies.
And don't you remember that they said, "Oh, the world will end." What was that in 2022? Oh, Jesus is coming back. Do we need to go on?
Every like 5 years, every 12 years or something, somebody fucking says that the Earth is going to end and the apocalypse, and the 4 horsemen are going to come down and they're going to blah blah blah, like all this stuff. It's fucking insanely silly. But yes, the Satanists are supposed to start murdering people on Monday. So when I am going out
Now,
and murdering
Slim.
people,
Yeah, that's what I was going to bring up. Now, you say you're a Satanist. You don't believe there's a God. So you also wouldn't really believe in the other guy. It's just like taking the piss out of people who get upset about the religious stuffs.
Yeah, I am part of the temple, the Church of Satan, which is we're just either agnostic and or atheists that just. I'm not going to play the cards for the guy who murdered children over and over again and other things if they is, but I don't have proof of it, so I don't believe in them. And I believe that I have purpose in my own life to give myself my own direction and give myself purpose in this existence. And that's the main pushing of that ideology, because that's one of the things that a bunch of Christians have said in the past or still is, if there's no God, I don't have a purpose in life, then what am I going to do when I die? And it's like, yeah, unfortunately, we're probably not going to exist anymore. That sucks balls, but now I have to give myself a purpose. And if I give myself a purpose, then I can do things where I keep achieving goals over and over again, giving myself something to do with this existence other than just praying to a thingy mabobber, hoping that I get into an eternity, into a place that I don't even want to be in. Like, if there is a hell and there is a Satan, well, hail Satan, because I would rather be with him, because he sounds like a lot more fun than fucking the God does up in the other place.
I was basically driving home the point that it's about that stuff rather than ritualistically harming people, which is what
and
the evangelicals believe.
So the other thing, hold on, and that's the other thing is, it is the religious people that believe that they are doing things in the name of Satan because they believe there's a God and a Satan, and they're doing things to appease the not good guys, supposedly, and so they are still religious. Where most Satanists that practice it are not thinking there is a guy up there and a guy down there. It is giving
That's what I
yourself your
was
own.
kind
Thank
of
you.
get at.
Yeah, and
Because
so
you're not actively thinking that, oh, there's a dark lord or whatever. Actually, that's theosophy. And that's theosophy where Bailey and Blavatsky came up with a eschatology where it's like, I'm going to fulfill revelations. And then Bailey wound up trying to set out on it, and the evangelicals, believe it or not, are falling for it. But that's for another time.
But that's exactly similarly the thing about it is when people do murder people and do blood rituals and a lot of that stuff, they're actually doing it because they're anti-God and they still believe in those things, where that's not what we believe.
I think it's often it's a in between phase from like you want to step away from religion and like so you're rebelling against it.
Well, unfortunately, most of the times the ritual sacrifices that they say are for Satan happen is because of mental disorders and people going through things where they need to get like actual help. That's mainly why that seems to be happening. And yes, I love doing blood rituals with my subs, but it's not to kill them or to hurt them. It is just to have fun and squirt blood around the room and play in blood. You know what I'm saying?
But that's blood play, not blood sacrifice.
Yeah,
It's
that's what I'm
time
saying.
control. It's time that we stand up for ourselves and our beautiful Earth. All I want to know is.
Well, I do have to say the way the UN has behaved during the invasion of Ukraine, I kind of feel that way towards it right now.
Sure, me too.
It has nothing to do with these people's conspiracy theories. It's just because it sucks.
Yeah, totally.
Who's coming with me?
And there we go.
All right.
Everyone, does anyone have something to shill? Hopefully next week there'll be more things on the Slim Cyborg. And I think I'm going to move this thing back to the 7 o'clock Eastern US next week because we're all going to be more awake and
yeah.
You know what the stupid thing is? Like you say, we're going to be more awake, and like for me, I'm like more awake. I am awake. for me, it's the latest.
Exactly.
From the intro having this thing while the music is playing to this, admittedly, this has not been our best stream, but we had fun, and that's what matters.
But that shows that we're actually people. We're actually things, and we're just not CGI.
Commander, have you ever seen Slim Stream? You know how often there is dead air or whatever on Slim Stream?
Yeah, no, we fuck it up all the time.
Yeah, that's.
And speaking of that, devil, Monday will be crazy shite. I don't know what we're doing exactly yet. I have to do a little bit more research. I really don't. I'm not gonna say. But then we're gonna do some more.
Welcome to another edition of.
I'm sorry, that was wrong video.
It's okay. MAGA lunatics. And
when's
stuff like
that going to be?
MAGA lunatics will be Tuesday.
Those are usually awesome, thoughtful streams and fun.
Yeah, and then Wednesday's Drunk News Report. As always, I don't know what we're gonna do Thursday yet, but we'll figure that out when we get closer to it, and I'll let everybody know. So thank you very much, Commander, for the stream.
Showing off the awesome models.
Yes.
Mander with
Yep.
another awesome rander.
Yeah, that's where we find out the Karen. I
Okay.
need to label this
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Karen is a biblical villain.
Yes.
All right, everybody, have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye.